All right, so in this video, we will be discussing sets. So like an array, sets are a collection of unique elements. However, they are unordered. So that's the main difference in a set. There's one other main difference as well, which I'll hit on in a minute, but the unordered part is very, very important. And what I mean by that is with the arrays, when we had items going in or we were appending to it, it kept it in the same order. So arrays keep the same order. Every time you print, it's going to be that same order. Okay. With sets, you say you add 5 numbers in there, you hit print. The numbers might be in order. You hit print again, they might be in different orders. They do not keep a standard or a set of order elements inside of them. So let's go ahead and look up how to actually write a set. So we're going to go ahead and say var. You can use a constant let as well, but in this case, we'll just use var. Let's do test, and let's just name it set. Let's equal this to set. And then inside here, you have to have parentheses, and then the brackets, the square brackets for that used in the array in the middle here. So let's just keep it empty and hit run and see what happens. We get an error saying protocol any as a type cannot be conformed to hashable. So sets are conform to hashable. So what's going on here is it cannot do a type inference and tell us or know what exactly is supposed to be set inside of here. So the way you fix that is actually start writing. So let's write a string inside of here, and that clears it up. Go ahead and hit play, and it'll say, oh, now Sam is part of that. So now it infers that this is going to be a set of strings. If you want to leave it blank, you can do what I did down here, and you do these angle brackets and then put whatever type you want in there. For instance, this is an empty set of integers. So it knows integers are going to be inside of here. So you got to specify that or actually put something in the actual set so it knows what's going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this array here, which is odd numbers, and this set here, which is even numbers. Okay, you can kind of see the difference in how you set this up. So you need to have for the array of type, and then you put in the square brackets the integer. Down here, like I explained, set, you put it in these angled brackets, and then you set it to an empty set. Okay, so the big difference, like I was saying with this ordered, let's go ahead and look at that. Let's add in a couple of odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and let's even do 11. Okay, and then for the even numbers, let's do 2, 4, 6, oh, I'm off, 8, and then let's do 10. Okay, and then let's print those. Now, I already have the print statements here, and you see, hey, it's printing exactly what we wanted to print. Great. Okay, but as you can see here, this is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and it's printing exactly what we assumed it would print. At the set though, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, this does not come out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It comes out all unordered. And again, as I have here, it's an unordered collection. So they're never going to be in order. If you hit play again, they'll spit it out in different order again. However, the array always comes out in the same order. That's the main difference in these. The second thing is you cannot have the same element. So the exact same element. So if I was to add another 9 here in this array, oops, I guess I need to not have any spaces there, make it look the same. Okay, and I hit play, it's going to say, oh, we have 2 9s, and does not give you an error at all. Arrays don't care. You can have the same elements. Let's go ahead and add the same 8 in this one and see what happens. Hit play. So you don't get an error, but guess what? When you print out, how many 8s actually get spit out? Okay, and as we know, we can do a dot count. So let's do even numbers and do that dot count to see how many are actually in here. And it says 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We actually have 6, but it's totally ignoring this 8 because there was already an 8 there. And that is the big power to using a set. So within your code, let's say you want a user to have a certain number associated with them, and this number is generated randomly. So let's say one user gets a 14 and later on down the road, another user gets a 14. Well, it's not going to allow it to have a 14 because you can't have two of the same numbers. So it's going to go ahead and run it. You can have it, hey, if it's the same, run again and spit out a different number. That's what sets are so powerful with, and that's why people use them. When I first started coding, I never used sets because I honestly didn't understand them, and I just thought you can do everything with arrays. Now, arrays are going to be used the most, but sets definitely have a time and place, and I highly recommend understanding their concept. Okay, so most of the removal and inspecting the sets are very similar to the array, so we're not going to go over that in this video. If you're interested in any of that, you can look at the Apple documentation or send me a comment here and I'll go ahead and help out. We are, however, going to go ahead and look at adding to the set. So let's go down here and let's add to the set here. The first one, you can see I do an update width. So let's do even numbers dot update. And you'll see update width is the first one. And if you didn't know, Swift is very good at giving a small explanation of what exactly is going on here. So this says inserts the given element into the set unconditionally. So unconditionally means they don't care if you already have one up there or not. They're going to send one. So let's go ahead and do an 8 again. Okay? And let's play. So there's an 8. Let's print it and see what happens. Again, you're only getting 1 8, but it doesn't care. It added the 8. It's just ignoring it. So that's the difference. So you can do a different number. So let's do 16 here. And you'll see now 16, since it's not a number that was already assigned, it'll add it to there. No problem. However, it does not matter in this update width. If the number's already there, it's going to do it regardless, unconditionally. Okay. The other way of doing this is you can do the even numbers dot, and as I have up here, insert. So go ahead and type insert and you'll see the new member here. And it'll, again, this inserts the given element in a set if it's not already present. So instead of unconditionally, it'll look and say, hey, and we'll do 16 again. It'll look and say, hey, let's add a 16. And then did it get inserted? No, false. The member after 16, it's already there, so it's going to not do it. So let's go ahead and print, and you'll see there's the 16, and this one was never touched. So I like to use the dot insert mainly because it's not going to add it if there's already a number there. And again, you can use strings or booleans. You can do anything you want inside these sets, just like you can with an array, except it doesn't keep it ordered. That's the main difference. Also, you can't have two of the same elements inside. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this was helpful. And again, if you have any further questions, want to dive deeper in any of these, give me a comment below and I'll get to you. Thank you.